It's cold this morning. Jeez Louise, it's cold this morning. How is it 43 degrees today and it's gonna be 70? That's what the weather's calling for, 70. Hey, good morning everybody. Welcome to Tuesday, day after court and landscape. First thing today, my daddy was talking about coming down and checking out the flip. I don't know if he's gonna do that today or if he's gonna do that at all, but that's pretty cool. Got a chance to talk to him last night. So, yeah. All right, a lot to share with you guys. I'm gonna get right into the Bryan situation in just a moment. Like I said, landscape first thing today. We need to get that taken care of. And I gotta hit Lowe's up. I gotta get some insulation for them walls, that front room. I'll just be frank and beans about the situation. I'd have forgot to put the insulation in there had I been able to roll the way that I wanted to yesterday. So shout out to you guys in the comments section for keeping me up on things. Because somebody said, Joe, you gotta have insulation on the exterior walls. You're damn sure right. And there is insulation in the rest of those walls. It's just where we took those pieces down, we took the insulation out because it was just old insulation. So there is insulation throughout the rest of it. It's just where it's opened up at. We need to replace that insulation. So I'll go get some and do just that at some point today. It's gonna be all about that front room. That's what we got going on today after landscape. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. Yo, what the fuck happened yesterday at court? Folks, when I tell y'all it was as crazy as it could be, absolutely insane. Let's start with the fact that the court date, the prosecutor told me be there at 9. I would see on the docket when I arrived there that Bryan's case was to take place at 8:45. At first I was freaking out thinking that I missed it, but after a little while sitting in the courtroom, I realized nothing in court moves on time. So, you know, I would certainly have enough time. In fact, the case wouldn't even be heard until like almost 11 o'clock in the morning. So that's getting way ahead of ourselves. At around 9 o'clock in the morning, I would see what I assumed was this prosecutor coming into the courtroom. Now, I'd never seen or met this guy before, but, you know, I matched his voice. That's the guy that I got to arguing with the other day on the phone. And quickly, you know, I would realize, you know, this guy was kind of all over the place. He was in a rush. He had to go to another courtroom. He kind of almost got to arguing with the judge a little bit. Like it seemed like they got off to kind of a rocky start. And I was thinking to myself a couple of things. One, well, it's definitely not me why I got to arguing with this prosecutor. I mean, this guy has a very argumentative personality. And then on top of that, I'm like, oh shit, this dude's like getting the judge on the bad side. You know, hey, we could lose this case because of that. I would see throughout the course of the morning when I was sitting in there, a couple of other cases that would take place. A guy who had a strangulation charge against his girlfriend, or I guess his ex-girlfriend at that point, because there was a no contact order for 2 years. Maybe they were soulmates. It might have been a mistake, who the hell knows. But he got off with a slap on the wrist, good behavior, no jail time. Another young girl who had 3 assault and battery on police officers. If she was in the jail, she would end up getting time served or personal recognizance bond, which means you can just sign yourself out. You don't have to pay any money to get released. So I saw that take place. It looked like everybody was getting off, and I was thinking to myself, well, shit, that's probably what's gonna happen with Bryan as well. The game plan was to offer Bryan this plea bargain for 2 misdemeanors, and hey, you gotta pay me back my money within a year, and if you don't do that, well then, you're going back to jail and you're gonna end up serving 6 months. So that was the game plan. The prosecution would offer that deal to Bryan. Bryan would accept that deal, except he wanted, you know, a little added assurance, which was if he does pay me back the money, then the charges go away. He was going to plead guilty to a misdemeanor construction fraud, misdemeanor petty larceny, which is a misdemeanor, and that was the plea bargain. Now, in hindsight, after thinking about this, you know, last night and filming a video for After Prison Show about this situation, I would realize, you know, this prosecutor didn't really want to fight for this. I mean, I could have pushed the issue and said, no, I don't want him to take this plea. I want to fight this. I want him to get convicted of this felony. But I had mentioned already, look, this happened over a year ago. My frustration with the situation has diminished to a certain degree. And if there's the possibility that I could get some money back or all of my money back, hey, I mean, I'd rather have that. Who wouldn't want that instead? So, I guess it's easier to get a person to plead out than to get them to find them guilty. And a prosecutor doesn't really want to lose a case no matter how small it is. Now, another interesting thing was, while the case was taking place, you know, the prosecutor during the case was kind of making like a little small talk with me. I mean, like we were buddy-buddy at this point. He was like, yo, if he don't pay you back, his ass is getting locked up. And I'm like, yeah, that's great, you know, of course. And then he was like, I mean, this ain't even nothing. I got like 40 murder cases I got to do this month. And I'm like, well, we are in Portsmouth, so there is that as well. All right, look, I got to run into Lowe's real quick. Let me go grab these couple of things that I need, and I'll share the rest of this story with you guys when I get up out of the dope man's trap house. I mean Lowe's. Dope man's trap house? Yeah, that's what Lowe's be like. All right, be right back. Leaving from Lowe's. Just got the insulation. 3 bags of 45 for that front room. I think it's probably gonna take about 3 bags for that front room. And yeah, all right. I completely lost my whole train of thought. They were gonna offer Bryan the plea bargain. He wanted it to be, if he paid me my money back, you know, it would go away. So that's a deferred judgment, basically. And I went in there fully prepared to fight this case. Fully prepared. But I also didn't think he was going to take the plea deal, but it seemed like he was going to do that. So, like I mentioned, the prosecutor making small talk when I'm standing at the podium with him. Well, when they call the case, they call, you know, because basically the way the case was, well, not basically, the way the case was stated on the docket, it said Bryan Ruff versus, I thought it would be like versus the Commonwealth, versus the state, versus me, and it wasn't versus none of that. It was versus the detective who filed the charges. So that was one interesting thing. So they called all, you know, parties. They called my name. They called the detective's name. The detective wasn't there. I didn't see him at all. So I guess they didn't need him. But they bring Bryan out of the bullpen, shackled, handcuffed, in his shower shoes and his gray jumper. Bryan's been locked up, I think, since August. He's on trustee in the jail that he's in, and he's got a release date that's after Christmas. And I guess he had a violation already and another charge, and for that he got 6 months. So if he got convicted, and I don't even understand how that works, because he had this pending case with me. So maybe he must have told like his lawyer to tell that prosecutor, hey, look, I'm gonna make sure that that charge goes away. Let's just go. And like, I can't even see how that would even play out. Or maybe he didn't get charged with my case until after he was already done with that violation. But he had a violation, and I guess some other charge, and for that he got 6 months. So, you know, if he got found guilty of this felony that I had on him, that would have been another violation, and that would have definitely got him smoked. Because I'm sure for the first violation that he was dealing with, it was for, you know, some sort of obtaining money under false pretenses type of a charge. I'm sure it was something along them lines. So anyways, I watched Bryan come out. I made, you know, I'm looking dead at this dude. I just want to make eye contact with him. That's all I want. Like, give me the satisfaction of looking me in my motherfucking face in this courtroom, and he wouldn't even do it. So then it became a little evident to me that, you know, this dude was embarrassed. And I'm not boo-hooing for this dude at all. He made his bed. He had to lay in it. And, yeah, he just would not make eye contact with me at all. I feel like in the end, you know, he definitely got off on this situation. The prosecutor would tell me, he would say, look, you know, I don't expect this guy to pay you any money back. So in a year, we'll lock his ass up. And I'm like, cool deal. I mean, you know, whatever. Hopefully he will pay me my money back. I'd rather see me get my money back versus seeing him get locked up. Yo, what up, man?
Good morning.
I'm telling everybody the story about what happened in court. They're mad at me because I
ain't even heard the full story.
Oh, well, yeah, so basically, you know, when I watched Bryan come out of the back, you know, I'm looking at him, and he won't even make eye contact with me. And, you know, I could tell, you know, it's got to be an embarrassing situation. How did he look? Did he look stressed out? Did he look like, you know, jail was whooping his ass? Fuck no. He looked great. Looked like he'd been working out. His hair was all slicked back. I mean, dude was looking, you know, looking like jail was preserving his ass for the little meatball that he was in there serving. So anyways, when the judge had all the information, you know, she was reading over it, and she asked me, she was like, you know, are you satisfied with this type of, you know, with this type of an outcome? And I said, yeah, you know. So they also set another court date for January of 2023. We got to go back to court. And if Bryan has not paid me back my money in full, or even made, you know, some sort of substantial effort to pay me back, he's going to get locked up. So unfortunately, this thing gets dragged out for another year, whatever with that. But also during the court proceeding, you know, when you plead guilty to these charges, you acknowledge the fact that, look, they've got enough evidence against you to get you convicted, or at least you think that they do. Like I had shared, the prosecutor, he was scared. He didn't want to fight this. He was like, construction fraud is hard to prove, because if somebody, you know, defrauds you, you have to prove that they intended to do that from the time that you gave them the money. How are you going to read somebody's mind? Is basically what comes into play, and comes, you know, what I think about when I hear that. But anyways, so that's what happened. Bryan kind of got off. I got another judgment against somebody. First was the electrician from flip number 2. That was $3,000. Now there's Bryan with $4,400. Boy, hey, I got some investments out there with some people. I should have filed criminal charges against the electrician to put that cloud over his head that if he doesn't pay me back in a year, he gets locked up. But unfortunately, we went the civil route with that, and I'll never see that money. Will I ever see the money from the Bryan situation? Probably not.
Did they say how much time he'll get if he doesn't pay you in full?
Well, he can only get a year. Maybe a year for each charge, which on misdemeanor time you only do 6 months. So the max he could do would be 12 months. Where that cop going?
Sounds like you get closer than it sounds like he's further away.
Gone. I seen him. I didn't hear the siren until I was running the red light. But yeah, the max he could end up getting would be 12 months in total to serve on a 2-year sentence. You would do 50% of that misdemeanor time. All right, good Lord, can't see a damn thing. Super sunny outside, and let's go get it. So we got to do landscape this morning. Oh, and one other final thing real quick about that whole situation. God bless it, can't see nothing. You know, how crazy would it be if he gets out and he tries to hit me up like, hey, look, let me come work that off? That's not going to happen. I can't go for that. Can I? No, I can't go for that. All right, again, landscape, and back on that front sitting room in that in the house, I got 3 bags of drywall mud, and then I got some insulation because we almost forgot to put insulation in the walls. Whoopsie. Thank God I got that. Thank God I was reading them comments last night. You guys, hey, you guys got me doing this thing correctly. Started off 44 degrees this morning, gonna be 70 something today. So it'll be a beautiful day. We got beautiful weather for the rest of the week, and people are driving like I do. Straight up fucking lunatics. Let me stop recording, focus on the road, and we'll talk with y'all in a little bit. All right, you see it, bing. Cutting insulation, filling in spots. Thank you guys in the comments for letting us know we needed to do that, because we'd have forgot, boss. We'd have damn sure forgot. As you can see, I wanted to film real quick because I'm already starting to get this insulation in here. Piece this shit in and make it do what it do. First thing in the morning, making a good utilization of time. Get a little drywall and insulation work done prior to going to do the landscape. And hopefully, by the time we get done with the landscape, get back over here, finish up drywall, throw some mud on the tires, and hey, get this room rocking and rolling. Somebody had said yesterday too, they were like, damn, Joe, you don't even got the subfloor set? Well, not in this room particularly. Damn, there goes Dominion. I hope they ain't about to cut my power off knowing I got a $1,075 bill over here. I just put $250 on it. Hey, look, COVID, y'all. Somebody said, Dan, Joe, you be working so ass backwards. Yo, this was our tool room. Keep in mind, you don't know what we went through over here, okay? You don't know. We went through a lot. So to say that, you know, this subfloor is not squared away just yet, everything was stacked up in this room, okay? Everything was stacked up in this room. Yeah. So now everything's getting stacked up in this room, and that's what it is. Hey, look, I'm dyslexic, okay? I'm not gonna make any excuses.
We don't do things traditionally around here.
Fuck no, we don't. Ain't no traditional. Traditional what? Oh boy, leaving from 7 to fucking 11. What a shit show this place is. Good God, the lines wrapped around the store. People in there like, can I get a receipt for my gas? Yikes. Get me out of here. Without hitting anything or anyone. Whoo, can I get a receipt for my gas? What, you an Uber driver, bitch? You might be, actually. That might actually make sense. All right, almost just got T-boned right there too. Hey, leaving from Lowe's, I mean, 7, atrocity 11. And now we're on our way to the landscape job. We're a blower down. I'm mad as shit about that. I slammed that blower. You think that might help it work? Stupid fucking blower don't want to start. What do you mean you got to maintenance your equipment?
I thought you just pulled the string to go.
Yeah, man. Well, the thing that really makes me mad, that's the brand new blower. The one that we got that's 10 years old, that thing works like a champ. But no biggie. We're gonna go try to rock and roll through this thing. Be mindful of turtles. Sounds like the gas can tipped over back there. That'd be all we need. Appreciate you checking on that. Now, yeah, so we're gonna try to go rock and roll through this. I can't help but feel like this is in the fucking way. Last week, this week, next week. The closer we get to getting done with this house, the more this landscape is gonna be in the fucking way. But when we're done with the house, well, this will be something to do. So, regardless, whether you're feeling it or not, you gotta handle your obligations. And this, folks, this is a big one. So let's go do it. Let's go. Alrighty, 11:30 something in the morning and leaving from landscape. 2.5 hours out there, folks. We got a routine with it, and we made it do what it do. Glad to be done with that. Go let these dogs out and get back on drywall. Who would have thought 4 months later we'd still be doing fucking drywall and subfloors? Oh my God. Yeah, man, hey, it is what it is, but it's nice. It's like 70 degrees today, so that's good. And yeah, man, glad to have that landscape done and ready to go. Wow, shit, I had a little brain fart right there. I was thinking about going by fucking Lowe's and getting that door. We ain't got no room for it though. All right, yeah, so we'll go get some work done. Let's go do that. About to say, I know you got some life left in you. Had to pull the battery out, blow on that bitch like an old Nintendo game. Oh, God. I think I'm gonna smash this GoPro by the time it's all said and done. Alrighty then. Hey, it's 2:15 in the afternoon, and all we've gotten done is a little of this, a little of that. I mean, never even got that finished yet. And then I was over here working. I was getting ready to start piecing this in, and then I said, oh shit, outlet situation, had to fix that outlet right there. All sorts of an ugly, ugly situation. They had to, I can't even, It was bad. So anyways, that's where we're at right now. Hey, crazy thing. The house next door, I guess, is selling. It's going through the home inspection right now. I wonder how that's all playing out for him. Hopefully it's going well. Not sure what she's selling it for. I think that it was going for 209. It was a 3 1.5 and no HVAC. So I think she wanted 209. I hope she gets every penny of it, because this thing right here, this is going for a lot more than that. All right, so yeah, just wanted to share with you guys. We've been busy, been on the grind. Damon's currently cleaning up my drywall skimming tools. My tools needed to do the drywall work. And I am, you know, I ain't doing too much. You might think to yourself, damn Joe, this shit shouldn't take no time at all, but it does. Because you gotta shim all this out. Like, it's a lot of shimming to get it all flush and perpendicular where it needs to be at. And it's gonna be a whole lot of fucking mesh tape. Yes, it will. But the good news is when it's done, it's gonna look like a brand new fucking room. Damn sure will. All right, let me get on this. We ain't working too much longer, and I'll share with you guys the conclusion from today. Day's over, almost over. I'm just finishing up. Guess back where you were is, well, the best place for you. It's safe up there. Nobody can hurt you. All right, what a day, man. What a day. I get to go home and edit. That's fun. It actually is. It actually is. I'll be editing this video that you guys are, well, that I'm filming right this second. How's that? All right, so we got most all of this done, minus one little piece. I'm done. I don't feel like fucking with it no more. The day's over with. Damon's already out of here. He locked everything up. It's 3 o'clock. Like I said, I got to go home. I got to edit. So we got the landscape done. 2.5 hours, not too bad on that. And, oh shoot. Other than that, we didn't get a whole hell of a lot done over here. I mean, really just working in this room. And tomorrow we will be able to begin mud in here. And that is going to be fantastic. It's going to take a lot of mud. A lot of mud, a lot of sanding, a lot of plastic barricades. Making sure that we're not fucking up the rest of the house. But, hey, this is the final room right here. And hopefully we're going to roll. We got to skim coat the entire ceiling, just like we did in this room. And, yeah, we got a lot of work to do in here. But we're going to get it. The house across the street looks like that's selling, so good for her. Hopefully she's getting everything that she wanted for that. And hopefully when we go to list this, we'll get the same over here. That's it. I ain't really got nothing else. Tomorrow I'm going to share with you guys the budget and how crazy, hey, we're going to have that money talk tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to ask you if I can borrow something. And I'm about to make a very, very crazy decision. Well, there's a very crazy decision that I might need to make. But that's for tomorrow. We'll save that dilemma for tomorrow. Hey, thanks a lot for rocking with me today, guys. You know, in terms of the Bryan situation, I'm glad that that's over to a certain degree, I guess. The sad thing is that it's going to take another year for all of that to play out. Joe, did he send you any money? Hey, have you gotten any money from Bryan? I can imagine maybe there could be that question posed in 2022. I got to wait all the way to 2023 before we got to go back to court. And hopefully by then he's paid me. So that's it. We're moving on, folks. Just like we're going to be moving on after we get done up in here. Yeah, man. Final room that needs the most work. So after that, hey, it should be smooth sailing after that. But it probably won't be. Thanks for taking the time, guys. I look forward to talking with you again tomorrow. And until then, have a great one. Get some rest. You've been working hard. And if nobody tells you that you're important, well, let me be the first to let you know that. You're important. Till tomorrow, y'all.